Hello and welcome to another episode of Crypt. Oh my god, and today I'm just leaning into the fun because today is the day Graham launches a shitcoin. Okay, so it all starts with Grok kind of coming out with the image generation capability, and I've been having a lot of fun. I was like, hey, maybe I can create a recurring ad campaign around tokens that people will have some fun with, really under this concept of the provider. And my core message is that every day is a good day for buying coins. Basically just trying to create a simple rallying cry for people to be like, yeah, maybe we'll communally buy and we can move the market up together. Of course, Grok gives you these amazing capabilities just to enter a prompt, and I've been going for these sort of 1950s approaches of the provider for his family that knows the only way out of the basically rat race is to buy coins. And I kind of lean in, right? He's got a third hand here. So I've been doing this for a long time, coming up with different narratives. The provider is unperturbed from the flip-flopping in Washington. There are no tariffs on protocols. Let's go touch grass, that kind of thing, right? I have a variety of these things because I've been doing it for a while now. As you go through my feed, I've just been having a good time with it. There's a lot of discussion right now about this new term content coins, where people are trying to say, hey, can we coin back a content creator and actually make a sort of more egalitarian economy where creators have this direct relationship with their viewers? And if you are a young creator, an early creator, and your viewers catch on, they can buy a token. And, you know, as you go up, so do they, right? That's been the core concept. In fact, I actually worked with an Indian company called Chingari in 2019-ish. So a long time ago, maybe 2020 era. And basically, I built them an entire protocol around the same concept. So this is something I've been thinking about, which is to say that if creators are on the upswing, people should be able to buy positions or enter positions into that creator's work. Pump.fun does it with individual videos, which I think doesn't make any sense. It's simply too many coins. The alignment gets broken. And I don't love the idea of a million creators just launching some BS AI stuff and having a shitcoin casino. But if we have someone like Casey Neistat, thank you dude, Sam Sheffer, all of these creators that are really well known, Marquise Brownlee, for example, imagine if they did have a bonding curve token and if you could actually buy that token. Now, of course, they could rug you, but then that would probably piss everyone off and ruin their content feed. But at the same time, if they're early in and maybe they're getting earnings and revenue in that token, or they create content to such a degree that there's a cadence and they can actually sell a little bit without impacting the market, then I think there is an interesting concept of this peer-to-peer relationship. So with everything going on with Fartcoin, there's been a lot of conversations about Pump Fun, which actually built their own DEX recently. It used to be that you would launch a Pump Fun coin and it would migrate to Radium. By making their own DEX, they basically withdrew all of the power that Radium had. It was a major impact on the project. So conversely, Radium has launched their own token Launchpad with the caveat being that you make a little more money. If that token does really well, you as the creator get paid a lot. So I just decided in the narrative that instead of saying today is a great day for the provider to buy coins, I would hop in on this very topical content coin narrative. And so what I've done here is I created a post this morning just in the theme of my everyday posts with the provider. I mean, it's so simple, so straightforward to create an image from Grok that is tuned to a specific narrative. And what I said is content coins are memes. He hears the Luddite scream, but the provider knows that the chicanery will not last. The future is clear, for content is and has always been king. And just as the provider understood the great truth that the only viable security for his family's future is the acquisition of coins, he has come to terms with the glaring new reality. Today is a great day to become a coin. So I've had some fun here and basically went over to Radium and I just banged in this coin called the provider. And here he is, right? The provider knows that there is only one way to build true wealth and secure his family's place in the future. He is motivated day in and day out by the great truth that today is another great day for buying coins. So really simple. I just created another AI image, a little bit of that backstory, and I launched it. I put in 1 Solana of my own cash. At this point in time, if I actually go to the holders list, I'm not even on this thing. So all these people that have like pretty big positions, I'm like Oh God, I don't even know if I have 1% of this coin. So anyway, if this thing ends up blowing up, like maybe it works out for me, maybe it doesn't. I'm not telling you guys to go buy it unless you want the thrill of the exploration, but it's been a really interesting process into seeing what this new Radium product looks like. So this is my initial buy right here. My one soul is this huge green candle because you're putting one against zero, right? So obviously a lot of buy pressure in a chart, and this chart is on the 1 minute. So like, let's be real as to what we're looking at here. This thing just launched this morning, but it's been really interesting because you have this bonding curve. So basically the way it works is that if you're heating up, you get past stage 1. Stage 2 is on fire and it begins to get promoted. Now, what does that mean? Like a promotion kind of looks like this, which I actually think is kind of fun, right? It's sitting here on the front of the Radium page. Now, like, I don't know, for somebody that's just kind of lolzing in the morning and like firing this thing off from the toilet, like pretty cool. I'm having a good time. What's really strange to me is, I reached out to some degen friends and I was like, you want to buy my token? I mean, literally, a couple pennies will like move this thing. And we started to get some momentum. So that was fun. And my only hopes with this thing was that I could see it graduate. So here's what happens. In this process, if it finally gets to 85 SOL of liquidity, it will graduate that token to the Radium decentralized exchange. For the moment, you can only buy this on the Launchpad. It is not a real coin tradable on a DEX. However, if enough people show interest, if they buy enough of the asset, it will migrate. So basically, it will mint the coin officially at migration. It will close this market right here, and it will open a new one. So there is a community pool that has a bit of Solana in it, and it basically opens a market that matches the two. This is how a meme coin is launched, by the way. So things like Trump coin, things like Melania, which were terrible. We're seeing Fartcoin being a phenomenal example. I think Fartcoin was on Radium. That's why I went this path. And I just did this for curiosity, but I am having a good time. I would love to see it graduate just because that would be so exciting. Like, quite frankly, whoever decided to do this dump right here, I mean, it was like worth 10K all total said and done, like the sum. So like, I don't know what money you take out of here, and like, I don't know. To me, it just seems like I'd rather see it graduate than make the $50 that you get dumping the token to nothing. But it's starting to heat up. I got some silly buddies that are buying $20 worth or whatever, and we've got this like floor, and it is on the front page. So I don't know. Maybe the provider can provide. And as I look at it, I mean, it's just, I'm kind of curious as the process. To be honest, I don't launch coins. I think the real way to do it is that you would honestly find 2 traders, provide them with some cash, and just lock them in a room for 24 hours and seed the assumption that there are people trading this asset. I didn't do that. So this is all quite organic, egalitarian. And oh my God, look at that triple bottom. That's like an amazing chart, guys. This chart's a 1 minute shitcoin chart, guys. Nothing's amazing about it. But anyway, look, we're moving up the bonding curve. Ooh, we're about to be on fire again. Like, I'm having some excitement here. And, when I started off, it was just like, I had a couple buys. I want to get down here. We're in buys. Oh, it's very happy. But I saw all these sells, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Is it a total scam? And, the answer to that is yes. This is all bullshit. Like, there is no substance behind the provider. Again, this is me having lulls, and maybe it'll buy me a house. But realistically, no. I will probably lose 100% of my dollars on this, which is now worth at least enough to go out to a decent dinner. So I am putting myself at risk. But I've been working the provider meme. I'm going to keep doing it because it's so straightforward and so fun. And I think it's just a way to play with AI and now these meme coin generators. So having a good time with it. We'll see where it goes, and I'll check in with you. I just want to give you a little bit of a view as to like how silly all of these meme coins are, so that you maybe have a bit of an understanding when you get involved in one, what you're actually buying. Could just be me sharing a Grok meme. And anyway, I'm having a good time, and it's a bit of a departure from my usual content, but as always, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.